I don't quite have the words to say how much I appreciated what everyone did for me, because if I start saying it, I'm going to cry again. My name's Beverly, and I was part of the Rebuild Together Day on April 29th, 2017. I finally realized some of the projects that I had planned I couldn't do myself. And when I realized that, I had to ask for help. And since I'm not working, I didn't have the money to hire somebody to help me. And when I found out about the program, I thought, maybe this will work. And it was a church group that came and helped my particular project. And we got in a circle and the pastor said a prayer. And when that started to happen, I got very emotional and started crying. And the organizer, Matt, he gave me a hug and started sort of smiling at me. And then I realized, you know, what was happening. It was overwhelming, really. At one point I was here in the backyard and I counted and there were over 40. And I know there were a lot of people in the front yard, so there was definitely over 50 people. And I don't think there was a login sheet at all, but people were coming and going, so I don't know. There were 50, could have even been at times 60 people. And they all had their own jobs, and each had a crew, I would say, and did different things. Most of them were outside in the yard working. The kitchen floors were plywood because I had planned to do the tiling, but I had to put in an additional subfloor, and the plywood was too heavy for me and I couldn't move it and do it myself. And when they came in and they looked around the house, they said, well, we could do this, we could help you with this. They couldn't do the tiling in one day, so they put in vinyl plank floor, and then they did a lot of work outside here. They put in a patio for me. I already had the patio pavers. And at the end of my driveway, I have a short fence, but it was actually easier for them to pass them hand by hand over the fence and to the person here who was laying the pavers down. And they, I don't know how they chose which shape to pass over, but there was probably 6 different people, maybe even 7, just hand to hand in a brick brigade, and the patio got laid very quickly, I thought. It was pretty fun to watch, too. They did a lot of mulching, landscaping, laying the mulch, putting in the landscape edging, all sorts of things. And like I had a tree that I took down last year before it fell down, and it was cut up in pieces in the backyard, and the young guys and young women too took it out to the front yard, and then they seemed to have a contest chopping it up and splitting it up for someone who wanted to take it for their own use. So a lot of things. They did a lot of work around here. They asked me if I had different tools, and I would run in the basement and get the tools. Do you have a sledgehammer? Yeah. Do you have nails? Certain nails, finishing nails? You know, little things like that to big things. Do you want this tree down? I wanted to thank every single person that came, but there were so many that I couldn't, and even just saying thank you isn't really enough. It doesn't express my gratitude for all the work that they did for me. And I couldn't believe that these people would do this for somebody they don't even know. And here I am realizing that there are good people out there that will do things like that and don't really expect anything in return. It's a wonderful group. They do wonderful things. And next year, I hope to be a part of the group too and pay it forward. They helped me, so I want to help them and give back to them.